Hello, it's July 28th. Thank you for tuning in to another one of Leverage Monkey's analysis. Just going to go over some stuff that's taking place. A quick overview. There's been a lot of Bitcoins moving around from unknown wallets to exchanges and exchanges to unknown wallets and unknown wallets to unknown wallets. Um, from Will's perspective, the ones leaving the exchange supposedly are internal. I'm not an expert in on chain. He's knows probably way more than me. So that's what he said on the first one. The 12,000 bitcoins said it was internal. So I guess we have to just take his word for it because I don't know how to verify that. But I can go off of past Bitcoin history and what the trend is. Bitcoin is still in a downtrend, a bear market, and this is considered a counter rally, counter trend rally. Still, it touched the 100-day MA, which it's done in past bear markets. As you can see, it has done the same thing. In the last bear market, came up, almost touched the 100-day, went back down, came back up for a second try, didn't quite make it as high, rolled down, and then followed the red downtrend line down. You can see here is where it broke out the red trend line, which is what we're kind of doing right now. The RSI shows the same thing. It was downtrending. This particular RSI is a little bit different because it never broke out the whole time all the way down here. But ours is a little bit different. This was a blow off top. This particular top was manufactured. It was a Wyckoff distribution, which is a manipulation by the whales, which they did a Wyckoff accumulation here. And then they brought it up, did the markup with the help of the news, and did the distribution. And then they did the mark down, over leveraged longs and 1 to 6 coiners, puked 15 billion worth of losses right here. And volume was fairly low. This is the trend line from January 8th to now, and we just broke through it on the RSI, went straight up to the top. As you can see, this was a short squeeze perpetrated by FTX, which we now know was Alameda or his buddy with FTX. They collaborated this somehow because it all started on FTX at 32,000 a whale bought, and then FTX perp contracts brought it up. It rolled into Durbit contracts, etc. And then the short squeeze began. $1.2 billion of shorts got liquidated up to here. And then that's when a whale dumped 100 million OTC. Someone took profit. So we're still very much, the range was 30 to 40K this entire 2 months. We're still in that range. We're at the top of the range. We're at resistance right now. We bounced off support pretty hard when it tried to break down. There was very low volume and shorts got stuck. And then we went straight up to the top. Like I said, triangles normally have one fake out, and the second direction is usually not a fake out, it's the direction. So we went straight to the top of the range pretty quick. This was a pretty good triangle that we were stuck in. It gets, as it goes down, it gets more of like a coiled spring. So that was a very, good move for everybody that was in with me. I was 50% leveraged here, and then I went another 50 the second we started the short squeeze, and then I started scaling out, and I dumped my last 25% leverage at the touch of the 100 AMA up here. So I don't have any leverage on right now. I'm not interested in taking a position here until I see which way we go. I don't buy resistance. It's not really a good idea to buy resistance. Um, so right now, regulation is underway with crypto and CBDCs. CBDCs are going to be rolling out. So they're trying to do regulation on stable coins. They're trying to say that they're money market accounts. And, had a conversation on Twitter with someone else. And, everybody was going back and forth. She had some good points. The particular terminology that Tether is not a money market account and all of that. Technically, they can probably, have their lawyers or whatever argue it and probably do pretty well. But Elizabeth Warren is pretty much hell bent on bringing down her and the crew. If you notice, Jamie Dimon and everybody else, they've all applied to buy Bitcoin, but they haven't bought any. And so Elizabeth Warren and everybody else in Congress, pretty much my theory is they're trying to bring it down because they want to buy. They need Bitcoin, and they don't want to pay 40,000 for it. They want to pay 20,000, 15,000, whatever. And so they're hell bent on trying to take down Bitcoin. The renewable energy FUD that they came up with is nonsense. We're at 56% renewable energy. That's the most efficient, pretty much, monetary system in the world because everybody's a paper monetary system. And then also mining gold is super destructive for the planet, but they don't talk about that. So it has nothing to do with saving the planet and energy use. It has everything to do with trying to get the price to go down so they can buy. Posted that on Twitter. That's what I believe. Call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but they've all applied to buy Bitcoin and they haven't bought any. So people go into politics so they can change the rules so they can benefit from them. That's why they go into politics, not to help people. So there's two liquidity voids down here, one here, one here. If this breaks down here and it is a bear market rally, counter trend rally, just like we had here, that's where they could bring it down to, break the 30 here and come down and fill these two voids and ultimately possibly bring it to 2019K. That's where Elliott Wave A, B, and C is showing, but it's showing that we will possibly be at 1920K over here on December 27th. Elliott Wave does relabel sometimes, so that's not a guarantee just because Elliott Wave is showing that that's a possibility. And like I said on this one, where it came up, it peaked kind of like here with the Wyckoff. It came up, it peaked here. They brought it back down with the RSI, and then they did a Wyckoff accumulation here before they started the markup with the news's help. That could be potentially what we're doing here mid-cycle. Bring it down, the RSI and everything. Same thing, RSI, do the Wyckoff accumulation, and then bring it up for the markup. But everybody thinks that, this Wyckoff distribution came down. It was starting to do a Wyckoff accumulation, but when it was supposed to take off, is when it went into a redistribution, Wyckoff redistribution. So some people think this is an accumulation and that this is the takeoff and the show of strength. For me, I just see it as an FTX whale that probably owns a lot of Bitcoin, um, trying to get it off the bottom before the regulation news. Because if the regulation news hit down here, we could have went down. But regulation news could be good or bad. Nobody knows what they're going to say, and nobody knows how the market's going to react. But every time in the past that regulation has been brought up, Bitcoin has, dropped. So I'm not going to stick my neck out here buying thinking regulation's good. I'm going to wait for Bitcoin to show me on the regulation news which one it's going to do. I'm going to wait for it to tell me a direction before I take a position. If you took a position down here and you're up here, you might want to take a little bit of profits, lock them in, or you might want to put a stop loss, somewhere down here. So if we start to fall, you lock in. But adding a position here on leverage, I'm not doing. Adding here, I'm not interested even adding to my spot here. I'm waiting for a direction. I need to know. I'm not going to play, let's try to guess which way we're going to go on regulation and then get wrecked. I don't do that. That's gambling with your money. You have to have systems that you have in place when you trade to protect your capital, and you have to stick to them. And I'm sticking to them. Yeah, everybody's FOMOing in here, but that's what actually this was designed to do. There's $46 billion in stable coins. So this counter trend bear market rally is designed to get people back in. So this could be the new uptrend starting, or it could be a bear market rally. But we're on the 8th green day candle, which Bitcoin has only done once in the past. And yes, it was when Bitcoin was taking off. But 8 green day candles, usually there's some sort of pullback. It's not really sustainable to just go up every single day. And if you look, let's see, I picked the wrong one. If you look on the 10-day moving average, most securities or investments, stocks, stuff like that, they don't usually get too far away from the 10-day. So Bitcoin can rest here for the 10-day to come up, or it could possibly pull back, touch the 10-day, and then go back up. That's what could happen. So, but normally things don't get far away from the 10-day. On average, they stay pretty close to the 10-day. When they start getting stretched is when you start to get a little bit worried about a pullback, and you start potentially booking some profits or moving your stop loss up to protect your profits. But you start to question. But you see here, the RSI went straight up, hit, and then it slowly crawled down. Here the RSI went straight up, hit, and then went down. In both scenarios, right now the RSI went straight up and hit. So if either of these scenarios, either the bear market or they're going to start an accumulation, is going to happen, this RSI has already hit its target pretty much. So at 40K, touching the 100-day, it's already hit the target of the past two things in history that we have to look at. And so this is encouraging if it can break above. I'm happy. I own my spot Bitcoin, my core. But as far as trading, I'm waiting. I'm hopeful that we go up because I'm, tired of seeing my account go down with all of this. But there's still those two liquidity voids down here, and that's usually where institutions like to go to accumulate. So I'm still hesitant on we're on the cliff. We're just, higher up now, and everybody that was, selling out here is now piling back in and bullish, and we're going to all-time high. So while everybody's being greedy, I'm being cautious. I may miss out on some gains if it does happen to break up, but there's a lot of warning signs: being far away from the 10-day, being on the eighth green candle, RSI is touching where it normally touched last, before it declined, down here, this one and that one. So they both did, pretty much 60s, high 60s. That one's 69 is where it hit on the RSI, and that one's about 67. And right now we're at we hit 70.82, and it looks like it's starting to flatten. And if it starts to flatten, it could start to roll here. So I'm not I'm not going to be a bear, but I'm not going to be a bull here. I'm neutral. There's some red flags. The 10-day moving average, we're far from it. The 8-day green candle, we're up against the 100-day MA, which might be a good resistance there. So people are getting excited about all the coins moving around. A lot of it is nonsense. Doesn't really look like much happened. It might just be trickery to try to get the $45 billion back in, for the next rug pull. Like I said, regulation, they were talking about it. I mean, they've been in session, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They're going to be in again today. So there's been little leaks of what has been, going on. I haven't looked too far into that, but whether the discussions are good or not, but we're not going to know till the end anyways. And then that's when the big move's going to happen, or Bitcoin's going to start to move. So not sticking my neck out here. So everybody should do their own research and, make their own investment decisions. It's your money. Nobody cares about your money more than you. These are my thoughts and my opinions, my observations. This is what I am doing and what I am thinking. This isn't a how to think like me channel. This is a what I am thinking and what I am doing channel. And, you should be learning technical analysis and all this stuff for yourself channel. That's what it is. I'm just providing a little bit of information for you guys, a little bit of, how I do it, and how I've been successful in the past, and pretty much how I game theory and try to project. Some people say just follow the TA, don't project. Well, if I just followed the TA and didn't try to project on this particular short squeeze, I wouldn't have been 100% leverage and made, in one day, a lot of money, one night. So I'll always try to project. I don't care what people say if it's impossible or not. I like the challenge, so I like to try to do the impossible. So that's my update for today. That's all I can think of. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Subscribe, like, comment, Twitter, Leverage Monkey. Thank you. Bye.